Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Goodwood Racecourse here on Tuesday. It is the 1st of August 2023. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Goodwood, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for racecourses around the world, and I mean it around the world. First good day from Goodwood of the festival, of the glorious festival from Goodwood. We're going to look at the group races. Let's get to it right now. Races 4, 5, and 6. The 325, the fourth race, it's the Group 2 Vintage Stakes. It's Group 2 event for Class 1 horses going for a purse, $210,000, race for 2-year-olds here. We have a field of 9 horses going 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the turf course. I'm going to take the 3 horse here, Iberian, as a top selection. I'm going to go 314 in your TriCash trifecta. 314 TriCash trifecta. Top selection of 3 horse Iberian is Tiro Colt by Lupe de Vega. Charlie Hill trains this one. William Buick gets to mount. The horse's only appearance came the 15th of June at Newbury. 6.5 furlongs in good ground in Class 4 novice race. And the horse won by 1 3/4 lengths that day. And he basically won in a trot. He got to the front and after breaking decently, he slowly moved his. He slowly quickened up and he just won for fun. Small margin victory, but watch the race. He really put on a show. I think he'll probably be better with the extra furlong going a mile, but coming here to 7 furlongs off that one run that was a really fast race. I think he's sitting on a good run. I'm going to use him along with the one horse Golden Mine, Tiro Colt by Galileo Gold. Frankie Dettori's on this one for Richard Fahey. Most recent illicit stakes, at Ascot, 7 furlongs on 24th of June. He finished third by a half a length that day. The winner Snellen really took off clear. This horse just kind of stalk and needs something more. He didn't run half bad stepping up in class. He's stepping up into a Group 2 quality horses today. Has definitely run races quick enough to win. Definitely about on the improve. I think he's another horse. He's stepping up to run a good race today. Also, Toriev should help this one a lot. 2 back on the 30th of May. Leicester, 6 furlongs in a Class 4 main race. He won by a neck that day, and he was all out. He quickened up nicely, and he got the job done. Another horse coming to 7 again. Off the bench, getting Frankie up at 8-1. I'll use him in the quad pod here. But to recount my selection for the 4th, 325 from Goodwood, it's the Group 2 Vintage Stakes. Gonna take the 3 horse Iberian. Give kudos to the 1 horse Golden Mind. 314 TriCash trifecta. 3-1 in your multi-race. The 5th race, the 4 o'clock from Goodwood. It is the Group 2 Lennox Stakes. It's a Group 2 event for Class 1 horses going for a $216,000 purse, race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 9 horses are contesting 1,400 meters or 7 furlongs on the turf course. I love the 3 horse Jumbie. This can be the 4 horse here, Kinross's top selection. We're also going to talk about the 3 horse Jumbie, but we'll go 4-3-1 in the TriCash trifecta here. 4-3-1 TriCash trifecta. Top selection of 4 horse Kinross. 6-year-old gelding by Kingman. Ralph Beckett trains. Frankie Dettori gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the Group 1 July Cup at Newmarket. 6 furlongs, 15th of July, and he finished third by 1/2 lengths that day. And he just kind of stalked all the way around the race course. I do think he would have done better with an extra furlong, but I didn't think he ran half bad. Refreshing here, getting the extra furlong for the first time in a minute. I think he's in a good spot to win. 2 back in the Queen Elizabeth Jubilee Stakes at Ascot, 6 furlongs, 24th of June, off the bench. He didn't run. He finished 7 by 5 lengths. The wheels are spinning, and it just wasn't his day to win that afternoon. And then prior to that, the Brews Cup Mile Keelan, 1 mile the 5th of November. He finished third by 3/4 length that day. He was stupidly wide, but he was gaining that day. I didn't think it was a half bad race. I liked him. I wish they were running this year's Brews Cup Turf Sprint at Santa Anita over the 6.5 furlong down the hillside turf course. They're not. They're running it at the 5 furlong regular oval turf sprint. If they're running it down the hillside, I would bet everything I own on him because that looks like the kind of horse that would do wonders there. But this horse, going a mile, he ran his heart out, but I do think his preferred trip is 7. He won the British Champion Sprint at Ascot before that going 6, but he won in a drive, on the demanding ground, and then he won the Prix La Forêt at Longchamp, won the Park Stakes at Doncaster, won at York before that. He's a decent horse, back to 7 again, which is his preferred trip. I think he's sitting on a good race. I think the 3 horse Jumbie for Charlie Bishop and Eve Houghton is your wise guy horse at 10-1. A horse to definitely use in your plays pot. Most recently in the Criterion Stakes at Newmarket, 7 furlongs 1st of July, he finished second by 2 lengths. The winner Audience had the jump on him, but this horse, he got down the race course well. Not the world's worst race for him that afternoon. Prior to that, on very fast ground at Haydock, 7 furlongs in the John of Gaunt. He won by 1/2 lengths that day. He was drawn low, and he had the speed to win. A very easy run that day. And then they ran him the lock injury. He finished 11 by 7.5 lengths that day, and he just wasn't comfortable that day. If you take that race out, his speed figures could definitely win against these horses. Come back here off some decent runs. I'll give him a shot at 10-1. He like I said, it wouldn't surprise me if he wins this one. But to recap my selection for the fifth, the 4 o'clock from Goodwood, it's the Group 2 Lennox Stakes. Gonna take the 4 horse Kinross. Give kudos to the 3 horse Jumbie. 4-3-1 Tricast Trifecta. Use the 4 and 3 both in your quad pod. The sixth race to featured 435. It's the Group 1 Goodwood Cup. It's a Group 1 event for Class 1 horses, going for a $600,000 purse race for 3-year-olds and upwards. 11 horses are going 3,200 meters or 2 miles over the turf course. Gonna take the 2 horse Coltrane as a top selection. 2-3-11 for me in your Tricast Trifecta. 2-3-11 Tricast Trifecta. Top selection 2 horse Coltrane. 6-year-old Gelman Master Craftsman. Andrew Balding trains. Ocean Murphy gets the mount, who's actually riding here stateside on Friday at Saratoga, by the way, if you haven't noticed that. But most recently, the horse ran in the Gold Cup at Ascot, 2.5 miles, 22nd of June, and he finished second by 3/4 length behind Courage Manai, who's running back this one today and put on a show. This horse was just wide, which probably cost him. He just couldn't get the good turn of foot late. He didn't run bad, but he just couldn't catch the winner who just outgamed him. Not a bad race for him. Come back to 2, which I think is his preferred surface. Back to Goodwood. I think he gets some improvement. He ran terrifically in the Sagaro Cup, Sagaro Stakes at Ascot, 2 miles and 3rd of May. He won by 4 3/4 lengths, and on the drive he quickened up and he kept going. A very good, easy, gritty performance there. And then last year, British Long Distance Cup at Ascot over the 2 miles, he placed behind Trushan. He was really closing up well behind him. He just missed, but he ran his heart out that day. And the Doncaster Cup over the 2 miles and a quarter, winning by a neck, all out, a very game victory. He ran this one last year where he finished 4th by 4 3/4 lengths, where he just never was really comfortable until the final 2 furlongs. Then he got going. I thought he won an extra quarter mile like he saw at Ascot after that. But coming here today, has had a great season so far. He could definitely win. The 3 horse Courage Manai, or Man Amai, for Frankie Dettori and John Gosden. Looks like this horse could be your next big stayer like Stradivarius. Most recently in the Gold Cup at Ascot, first time stakes quality horses, he put on a show, winning by half a length. He quickened up, he stayed the trip well. Not a bad race for this horse at 7.5 to 1. Prior to that, ran here at Goodwood on late May in a Class 2 handicap over the mile 6 furlongs, winning by 2 3/4 lengths. Again, on the drive, going away with it. A very nice run. And then last fall at Newcastle and Kempton on the polytracks and Tapeta, he really, again, won by 6, won by 5. You know, he just runs forever. He's a horse, he should stay forever, it seems. Again, at 2 to 1, it wouldn't surprise me if he finds the winner's circle. And also a bit of a shot to the 11th horse, Emily Dickinson, for Ryan Moore and Aidan O'Brien. You know, most recently in the Curragh Cup at the Curragh last week, the horse won by 3 lengths. It's coming off a very quick turnaround today of a 2.5 week refreshing. But I think this horse could stay the trip well. You know, prior to that, I didn't think she ran half bad in the Gold Cup at Ascot. She finished 4th. She needs something more, but she ran her heart out that day. You know, probably neither race at Leopardstown, but won the seasonal reappearance over the mile 6 at Navan quite nicely. Again, since coming to a longer trip, she's really become a better horse, I've thought. At 5 to 1, I'll give her a shot. If it's not today, she's winning a race like this. It's going to be tomorrow. But to recap my selection for the 6 to 435 from Goodwood, it's the Group 1 Goodwood Cup. Gonna take the 2 horse Coltrane. Give kudos to the 3 horse Courage Man Amai and the 11 horse Emily Dickinson. 2-3-11 Tricast Trifecta. Use all 3 of them in your quad pot to end it off. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.